Clinton Minard here from Sage Sawtooth Bushcraft. I'm up in between the Middle Fork and the North Fork of the Boise. We're up here looking for deer. It's about 8:30 in the morning. We've climbed about 600 feet up out of where we parked the truck, and a lot of people have been asking me where you can find Fatwood, and I've just come across something that I thought was very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around and show you what is just laying along the side of the trail here. In the middle of filming, another hunter came along. Talked to him for a minute, but there in the frame in front of you is what looks to be just a log, but if you look close, it looks like it was probably a stump. That end to the right, it looks like it was probably the taproot. And then as we come up, you can see where there were additional roots. If I come around on the end, I think you can see that the top of it burned out. I'm not sure how it got where it went, but I'm going to go in a little closer here and show you what caught my eye. If you look right here, there is sap that has been oozing out of the side of this, and it's been oozing since it's been laying here. I believe that is almost certainly some Fatwood. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my knife, and we'll dig into that just a little bit. So now I've pulled out my trusty Mora, got my rifle laying safely on the log, and we're just going to dig it. Oh yeah, it's just solid Fatwood, and I've got a hatchet here, but I'm not going to cut on this, at least not now. Maybe when we come back down the trail. But if you look close there where I've dug in, you can see that that's just solid pitchwood. Great resource here along the trail, and just shows you that up in this pine forest, almost anywhere you look, you're going to run into something that includes some Fatwood. I've come to another spot that something caught my eye. Again, I'm going to need to turn the camera around to show that to you, but again, 15 feet from the trail, I see a very old stump, one that has been rotting for some time, and I'll show you what caught my eye. So there's the trail, and right here is a stump, and as we look at that, we see, I'm gonna carefully aim my rifle in here, but as we look at this, you can see that this stump is really rotten. But what caught my eye was this section right under here, where the wood still seems pretty tough, and it looks like to me that most of this is probably pitch, and so I'm going to see if I can break a piece of it off. And once again, I have a substantial resource of some very, very strong smelling Fatwood. So while the rest of the stump is basically punk, look at that, what I just pulled off. It's just completely falling apart and feels like a sponge. There's this section right here where, for whatever reason, the pitch has set in. You can see the yellowish color. This is also all pitch here. It looks like there's some over here as well, so pretty substantial chunk of Fatwood right there that with very little effort, other than Fatwood is incredibly tough stuff, but with just a little effort, I can pull off a piece that I could shave down fairly easily with my Mora and get a fire started. Now I've made it maybe 100 yards. Nice little clip uphill, but still only about 100 yards. And I came across something else that will help illustrate another location for very good Fatwood. Sometimes a location that's a little easier to find. What I've got here in my in the frame as a down log. And I'm going to pan around over here. You can see it was over the trail. In fact, if you look up above, you can see it was pretty massive couple of logs that fell here, and it was dead when it fell, almost certainly. Somebody's come in here. There's some clubs that come in here and clean this trail up, do a good job of it. I think they're mostly ride motorcycles in here. But as they cut this, they moved it out of the way, but it looks like it kind of broke off. And the important thing I want to share is right here at the base. Lay my rifle down again. Where it's broken off, you can see that there's a branch right here, and this is the branch going into the tree. If you look down below, here's another branch coming in, and another branch. And you can see they're a completely different color. And that is a part of that process that when a conifer dies naturally, or just is burned out, the sap that's running along in between the bark and the tree pools in certain places. And one of the main places it'll pool is at these junctions. This wood right here quite often is fatwood, but these branches you can see are full of pitch. Get 1, 2, 3 of them, and look at that. I can just pull that one out. You can see that piece of wood has got a bunch of pitch in it. So there's another resource, and I'm going to show you another log. This is not the log I was planning on, but this color change caught my eye, so I thought I'd stop and show you that. But up further, I'm going to show you a log that is almost completely rotten. I sat on it 2 days ago and almost fell down because it disintegrated under me. My weight is substantial, but it was pretty rotten. So I'm going to go up and show you that, but I wanted to share that with you and show you what we've talked about in previous videos and what we're going to be showing you more today. Okay, I've had some people accuse me of being fatwood crazy, and that may be a little true. Over the last year or so, I've learned about this for the first time in my life. I'm almost 60. I've been in the woods since a child. I'm an Eagle Scout. I've read many books on outdoors, and it wasn't until I started following YouTube that I really understood this idea of the pitchwood. I think I said in an earlier video that my father had taught me that a stump will burn longer. But even when I talked to him about fatwood, he didn't realize he knew there was pitch in there, but he didn't know what else you could do with it. Now, 30 yards up the road, or up the trail from the last log that I showed you, I came across this log. It is substantially more rotten than the last one. It has been here probably close to as long as that stump that we stopped at. But it illustrates what I was just pointing out. First of all, if you look closely right here, that is not lichen or any kind of a fungus or moss. That's sap coming out. But more specifically, if you look right here, you can see this branch going all the way up into here. And I'll pull that off. You can see all of this breaks away, but then we get to real wood that hasn't been eaten because the various animals and grubs, ants, kind of go for it last. So in this base, we dug away at it a little bit, we'd find another resource for fatwood. And you can see that this, instead of being punky, is actual wood. And in the base, or in the core of that, probably maybe even out to here, you're going to see quite a lot of pitch. another resource. And if you look at this log then, you can see how many places you have an opportunity to find some of that. So we've got it is just literally everywhere.